Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks for the 16th of February, and Roku here was in our old watch list, and it manufactures a variety of digital media players for video streaming, and let's take a look. So we have a nice impulse wave to the upside here, and a wave 2 here, and then we're looking from wave 2 up to wave 3 here. So I'm assuming that we've got wave 1 and 2 in here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this move, and 4 and 5. Let's take a closer look at this on the 4-hour chart where it's labeled. So wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3. Consider this all of 4 here, bit of a triangle pattern up for wave 3 here. So from 2 to 3 here we have 5 waves, and then 4 and 5. And now we're looking at wave 4 here, very common with a lot of stocks at the moment. And with these stocks, and we'll know pretty shortly, because with the S&P and the NASDAQ as well, is we've been looking at this here, down here is the A wave, and then an A and a B and a C here for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here, and then we move up through this point here. Currently we're very close to in this box here, we're very close to the 61.8%. We're in group 2 here, so this is a major level 1, trading level 1 and trading level 2 here, and then in between that we have the medium level, and then we have group 2 here, 65, 72 and 80. Another way to look at this is the Fibonacci numbers running from 1 to 2 here would be 1, 2, 3 to make group 1, 5, so 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 8 here. So they're the Fibonacci numbers as a price ratio. And also too, this using the levels brings in the psychology of large numbers as well, and works a treat for support and resistance and corrections and targets, and nice place to put stops and so on. So it gives you a bit more definition within the market structure. So back to this though. In this case here, what we're looking for in the S&P 500 and so on is 5 waves to the upside here. Once that's completed, we're looking for us to pull back in 5 waves and then push up. If it only once this is finished here, and it's not finished, you can see we've got 1 and 2 in here, and the 3rd wave here, there'll be a 4th and a 5th. But once this is actually finished here, in 5 waves, let's just assume for a moment that I'm wrong, we get 5 waves up here, then the market would pull back 50%, 60%, and then push up again from that point. So this high here becomes really quite critical in a sense. So what we could do here is, just to be sure, and this will go along with the S&P 500 and other stocks as well, is that this particular, I'm just putting in a green line here, because this high, when it comes in here, if we're wrong and the market has its 5 waves up, which will be pretty simple, and pulls back and then pushes up again, well, you know, it will move up to the 200 at that point, and it'll move quite quickly because it'll be a 3rd wave. It'll be wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 if I'm wrong. So we don't want to miss that, do we? I mean, that's just silly. So we need plan B. We need to make money even if we're wrong. So yeah, this will be the case for many stocks. So just keep that in mind. Right, let's move on to our next stock. This particular stock here was actually founded in 1990, but I don't seem to have any more data on this here, and also my other charting programs. So I'll need to double check on that. But this particular company works with, or develops rather, software for chemistry, and has got a lot of collaborative programs in play at the moment, and obviously none of them are looking quite good at this particular stage. But we'll keep an eye on it. I need to double check when the stock was actually listed, even though it is founded in 1990. But if I just look at this trend that's moving down through here on the 4-hour chart, so from the top there we're looking at an impulse wave to the downside. Now it may be a wave C here. What I'm talking about, if I just go back to the daily chart here, I don't know what's behind here, but it can be an A and a B and a C wave up here for a B wave and still come down here. So as a C wave. So yeah, I've just got to be a little bit careful. The angle that it's coming down on is telling me that it's that it hasn't got further. It hasn't got that much further to go. And if I'm counting this as 1 and 2 here, and then a nice 5 waves for 1 and 2 here, another nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave here for the third, fourth wave pulling back to the fourth wave of 1 lesser degree, 1 and 2 here, all the way down for the third, fourth and fifth. So we may be down at a low here. So yeah, and it's also sort of nice to have a stock that's not in line with the rest of the market as well. That could be quite advantageous when we're looking for trades, be it long or short. So it's nice to have things moving in different directions. So let's just see, we'll keep an eye on this, we'll let it land, and we'll look at the impulse wave over this side of it later on with all of this. So we'll just keep an eye on this one, but nothing really to be had here at the moment. So let's move on to the C Limited is an ADR from Singapore, but it's traded on the New York desk. So it's Singapore, and it specializes in online gaming and e-commerce. So as you can see, it's a pretty good looking trend that we've got here. Now at the moment it's at the 150 area here, so this is a medium level. It's halfway between 100 and 200, so it's doing its dance there, and we're looking at this as a classic trading levels pattern across this level. So if we just assume for a moment this is the 150 area here, we're looking for the arrival, which we've got, the reaction, the first high above the level, and we're in this sequence. I think we're in this sequence now. Yeah, so we have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and now we're in this sequence here, which will be back over here, which we got the first high. So we're in this sequence here, so we're in this ABC pattern that we're looking for. So we need this to complete, and then we need to see it set up on the level over here to give us our entry. So with that in mind, we'll still need, this is just the first leg down here, so the A wave, so we're looking for the B wave that may go a bit higher and all the rest of it, and then wave C here, and then move up from there and finding support there. I'm not quite sure about this particular pattern. I just got to sit with it for a little while, but at the end of the day we want to be going long above this high here for that. So I'll just clean this up. I'm a bit short on space with too many objects on charts, but on the 4-hour chart here we'll be able to drill into that a little bit more. So there's two options I've got here, just to be careful, but it does certainly look like an impulse wave coming down in this leg here. So a corrective wave here back to the 56, and like I said, it may pop up above here, might even try to cover that gap, but we're still looking for that leg to the downside. However, if it develops support on the level, either coming down here first and then moving up here, or even just going straight up here, creating a high and having a short pullback and moving up. Either way, we want that high to be that first high above this level here, not that one, but we want to be able, we'll go along there, but we're looking for a better entry. We just don't want to buy now because it can drop here for this, so we just need to be a little bit careful about that. Okay, so it's setting up. I'll keep an eye on that, and we'll look on to our next stock. So this particular stock here, Silvergate Capital, is a sub of Silvergate Bank. and they really started to focus in on the potential of the digital currency. So that's sort of where they are at the moment. Don't have a lot of data for this here at this stage. It's done some weird things. If I just go back to the weekly chart here for a moment, you can see that it's jumped up here and pulled back and so on, but it's got some nice patterns here, and it's certainly looking to the upside here. So what I really want to look for here, I can see that we got 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, and going up for wave 5. So we could really be at well, a classic trading levels pattern here with the first high above the level here for this. So I just really want to give this a little bit of time, and I also need to understand, I need to just get my head around this pattern coming up from wave 4 here to wave 5 here. I've got to kind of understand this here a little bit. A couple of things here though is that 15 is a medium level. It's halfway between $20 and $10, which is two major levels. And then 1650 here is also a medium level as well, and that's actually halfway between $13 and $20. So that's where this medium level comes from. 18 is the next minor level down, so major level comes first, then the medium levels, and then the minor level at that stage, and then we go down to sub levels and micro levels and so on. But yeah, it appears that we've got a bit of an impulse wave at this point. I don't know if that's finishing off this particular structure though. So first of all, I've got to figure this out. It's just not that clear. So I need to spend some time with that. And then we also need to look for a setup. So there's nothing here yet, but it's a good looking stock in the right industry and doing all the right things for the future in that digital currency space. I don't know how the Fed coin is going to affect the digital space as well, digital currency space. So that's something that needs a bit of research. Let's move on. This company is Snap, and this is all the data I have on it back over here. Sort of Californian company, Snapchat, and camera company basically, and social media company. Founded in 2011 actually, so I'm not sure why I haven't got the data here for this, but it's certainly in line with what we're looking at. The move up through here appears to be in 5 waves with a sharp move back, so I'd have to look at this as wave 1 and 2 at this point, and this move up through here counts quite nicely as a 5-wave structure, as 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 4, and then pushing up here for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 1. So the whole move down through here can simply just be the A wave here and the B wave here and a C wave here. Now this hasn't really been moving in line with the other stocks, so that's also good news as well. We're at $25, which is a medium level, so the major levels are 20 and 30, and we don't have a classic trading levels pattern here yet to go in here. So this, first of all, this could drop down at this point as an A and a B and a C, as it looks impulsive here. It's got a little bit on the end here that I need to understand a little bit, and this would also mean if this is the A wave sitting over here, then we have an ABC back at this point here, which would be roughly the 50-60% retracement level. I wouldn't buy this until we had this as a tested support. So we'll be looking at a classic trading levels pattern. If this is the $25 mark here, then this is the first reaction that we're having here in this space. So, whoops, I better explain that again here. So, nope, doesn't want to. Okay, so this first move down through here, this arrival here, this is just the A wave here, then it's gone back for the B wave. So it hasn't actually, this is still in its reactive form here. It hasn't created the first high above the level yet. either way, it just doesn't have support on this level. So we can't buy it at a risk zone here, because if it's going to fail, this is where it's going to fail from. It's not sitting on that level at that stage. So we need, like here, we just need more of a correction. If it arrives here, then we go sideways. Then we've got our highs to go on. It's just not ready just yet for this, but let's just have a look on the 4-hour chart here. I was looking at this here. This counts quite nicely as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. I'm not worrying about this spike here, but I'm a little bit concerned about this little move in through here as 3 waves here. This also looks like a wave 4 here, but I can't see 5 waves in this structure down through here. So I need to spend a bit of time on that. So far we can look at this as 5 waves up here and a correction here, and then possibly 1 and 2 and 3, ABC for 4, and going up for 5 here. So this may be sitting over here for this, okay, but that's the actual low at this point, and because that's in 3 waves, I'm sort of reluctant to bring the A wave over here yet. It will become apparent later on once this starts to drop here. Let's just allow it to finish off here, and then we'll see where we are with this. And if I'm wrong and we find support here, then we'll just go along from that point, but we still need a high above the level here. Okay, let's move on to our last stock. Okay, Synopsys. This particular stock here comes back to the tech bubble area, and just show, I haven't labeled it as yet. I'm only just started working on this section in here for this. But this company here is working on well, electronic design and automation, and really focusing on silicon design and verification and intellectual property and software for that. And I mean, silicon is becoming you know, pretty special in a way. I mean, Tesla's using it in testing it with Tesla's battery company Maxwell. I think it's Maxwell Thompson, is it? They're experimenting with using silicon in lithium to increase the cell battery retention by quite a lot, actually. So I think they're actually said that they would announce something on the 22nd of February for that company, which would help Tesla move even higher at that point. So keep an eye on that. So as I mentioned, I haven't spent time on all of this here yet. I'm just working from the March lows here. So this is a weekly chart. So I'm just going to go to the daily chart now for this, and picking it up on this March low here. So I have a lot of work to do. That's what I'm trying to say on this. So at the same time though, the move up here, I could label it as wave 3 up here. I understand that, but I've counted up here as 1 and 2, and well, wave 3 up to here, and 4 and 5 to this point, and then leaving us with this structure here, taking us up to the 3rd and the 4th here and the 5th here. Either way, it kind of doesn't matter in a way, because the move down here, as you can see, is really quite sharp. So we would have to label that as an impulse wave, and then we're going to see the corrective rally move up through here, and then we should see a move coming back down. So this is quite a good example of a classic trading levels pattern, where we have the arrival, the reaction here in a corrective pattern, and then the first high above the level, and then the A, the B, and the C pattern here, and then moving up from that point. So in this case, we've got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. We've come down here, and we're starting to move up here. Sometimes they move up to their 61.8% mark, and sometimes they'll move up to like 40, you know. 40, 50 or 60, so it just depends. But that correction is sort of where we are now, and we're looking for the other leg down here, and then finding support over here for this. So coming back here, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the A, the B, and the C wave here. So we could possibly move in over here, but I don't like to buy right on the low. I like to just wait for the first impulse wave to the upside, so I can helps confirm and manage the risk better, and then look to build in. So hopefully we'll build in over here. This will be 5 waves, and then we'll look to build in on top of the level here, and then we'll also look to build in on 10, 20, and 30 here, which is all part of group 1. The support down here will probably be the 180 area. Let's just have a quick look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, so we've got our last impulse wave to the upside, and looking at this moving downward, so we're basically looking at a bounce here. So it looks like 1 and 2 here, 3 and 4 and 5, so another little high to come in here, and then we'll be moving down through here. In between the 190 and the 180, because there's obviously good support at the 190 here, so may not get to the 180, but normally when I'm talking about working with a number, in this case 200, we would look to the upside for 10, 20 and 30 as group 1, and then below we look to the 180, and which is also part of group 2, so it'll be 72 here and also 65 here as part of group 2. So this and this is the swing range that we would see this market vibrate at this number. And if the 230 became the support for whatever reasons at any time, a tested support, then we would trade long, because we know that a tested support on this number would sever any pull from this number, and you will see the support come in, and you'll see the 250, the next level, medium level here, the midpoint, come into play. So that's what traders will be thinking about. Their mind will change from this to this number. Each number's like a magnet with different strength, and as it gets a certain distance away, it will snap and then go and be lured. Gravity will pull it over to the next number. Once you kind of understand that a little bit, it just makes life a little bit easier. Okay, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.